Each year the Royal Rumble match has the potential to kickstart a career, revitalise a wrestler's fortune, or etch their name into the history books. Yes, winning the Royal Rumble is that ticket to WrestleMania and can change your career dramatically. But winning isn't everything. You can make a huge impression in the Rumble just by showing up and eliminating a ton of people, or by putting your cardio to the test and lasting a decent amount of time. But not all Royal Rumble performances are created equally. Eliminating half a dozen of your colleagues doesn't mean you had a great match, nor does lasting 45 minutes truly mean your name will be remembered as a Royal Rumble Iron Man or woman. Instead, it's more a mixture of all of those factors, plus crowd response and a great deal of luck. With that said, let's take a look at some of the best Royal Rumble performances. I'm Dieter Wiegner from German Suplex, and this is the top 5 Royal Rumble performances of all time. Number 5. Bianca Belair. The 2020 Royal Rumble, with both men and women's matches highly regarded as some of the best in recent history. In the women's match, the fans were treated to the outstanding performance from one of the NXT's most promising talents at the time. Obviously, I'm talking about Bianca Belair, who had a brilliant showing and became a true Iron Woman of the Royal Rumble match. The EST entered at number 2 and made the most of her 35 plus minutes, tossing 8 wrestlers including 6 from the first 10 entrants. Bianca was the dominant figure of the first half of this Rumble. Now it's hard to believe that this was only 2 years ago, but this was really the start of her rise on the main roster and leading to her becoming the household name we all love today. It just goes to show that you don't need to be on the main roster to have an impact in the Rumble. I wonder who it's going to be from the developmental brand to give us that lasting impression this time around. Number 4. Kane. It's almost impossible to talk about dominating amazing performances in the Royal Rumble without mentioning Kane's destructive rampage in 2001. Kane entered at number 6 and eliminated 6 straight men before settling into a rhythm for the rest of the match. He would eliminate 11 men in total and also team with his brother The Undertaker. He was the last man tossed from the Rumble by Austin, which just goes to show the level he reached in 2001. The Big Red Machine put on a performance of a lifetime, and there's nothing better than seeing the big man hustle me over the top rope. Number 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin. When Stone Cold Steve Austin entered the 1997 Royal Rumble, he was already the king of the ring and had delivered the infamous Austin 316 line that launched 1 million t-shirt sales. But Austin wasn't the iconic superstar that everyone remembers today. He was still the anti-hero but hadn't yet won the WWF title. Everything would start snowballing here, with Austin entering at number 5 and lasting until the end, tossing 10 men along the way. What you might not remember is that Bret Hart actually eliminated Stone Cold towards the end, but the referees were tied up and didn't see it. This allowed Austin to sneak back in and dump 3 of the 4 other remaining wrestlers, including the Hitman, to win the Rumble. The victory didn't lead to the traditional WrestleMania World title match due to his re-entry, but Austin did get to settle his differences with Hart in the infamous I Quit match that led to the double turn and launched Stone Cold as the beloved hero we all know him as today. And I guess the rest is history. Number 2. Shawn Michaels. As we sit here today, it's hard to believe that there was a time when Shawn Michaels wasn't the legendary performer everyone remembers him as today. Heading into 1995, Michael was the former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion, but wasn't quite the showstopper and WrestleMania legend everyone knows him as now. But the Royal Rumble put HBK on the road to greatness. Michael entered at number 1 and ran the gambit, outlasting everyone and tossing 8 men as he became the first man to go from number 1 to the winner of the Royal Rumble match. Michaels would fall short at WrestleMania 11, but he'd get the opportunity again the following year, win the world title and solidify his reputation as one of the best ever. But it was this Rumble performance that really launched him into the main event scene, and you can see why. This is where he earned that moniker the showstopper, as he really put on a show and left everyone amazed at the amazing feats that he did inside of the ring. Number 1. Ric Flair. A controversial figure in wrestling these days, but you can't make a list of the best Royal Rumble performances without talking about the masterful performance from one of the greatest wrestlers ever, Ric Flair. So I guess we're going to have to separate the person from the art in this scenario. Now, of course, we're talking about the 1992 Rumble, where Flair entered at 3, tossed 5 men, and won the WWF Championship. I would say go back and watch it for the little things, like Nature Boy celebrating a cleared out ring with a Flair flop, only for Rowdy Roddy Piper to upset his relaxation. It's a tremendous performance, both the physical aspects and the small signals throughout. It's one to go and watch now, as it's one of the older Rumbles you probably haven't watched in a while. But here, it's great to see everything, leading to the infamous "with a tear in my eye" promo. It's one of the best performances inside of the Royal Rumble match and structure, and it probably doesn't get talked about enough, so definitely worth your time to check it out now. And that's the list. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's Royal Rumble season at the time of recording, so I hope you're ready for the big event. If you like this video, check this one out over here, give us a like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.